Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. So, doing some stuff on the way to work. That way we have more time to do stuff. I've been having headaches constantly. I just got taxes and stuff done, so basically I've been throwing whatever I can at in the ways of content because I don't have a single thought in my head right now. But yeah, coming soon. Not this week, probably next week. Resident Evil. I want to play Resident Evil 8, but apparently, well, not apparently, but one, I don't got the money for it. Two, I'm so backed up on games. I need to worry about those first before I buy more. And three, I really need to catch the summary of it. But anyways, I call this the summary of Spongebob. But the thing is, really, there's nothing in this the SpongeBob universe that sticks. So basically, it's what you need to know to understand certain things that happen through episodes. Give me 1 second. Alright, so let's see. So let's go with Patrick first. Patrick is probably the easiest one. The only characters that really stick around Patrick is kind of his parents. When basically there was Margaret and Marty, they came to meet Patrick, but they completely walked into a stranger's house thinking he was their son, but they don't have a son. And at the very end of the episode, you actually meet his parents. And it kind of tells you that the starfish of the sea are kind of slow in the ways of memory and just intelligence in general. The only thing you can really tell is that him and SpongeBob have known each other since they were kids, and it stuck through. And he stands up what he believes in, but he gets very hot-tempered over certain things. So, and then of course we also meet his sister later on, and that's the only other thing that sticks. Next is Gary. Really, he's the only other part of Patrick, which is the fact that they're cousins and descendants of Bikini Bottom royalty. And I guess you can also say that Gary is smart, but because of his species limit to speech, it makes it hard for him to go through stuff. And then again, here's one of the things that's hard. It's either when he was a baby, SpongeBob, when he was a baby, he was given Gary, or when he was very young, he got Gary. Let's see, other main characters would be like Mr. Krabs, his mom, Mrs. Krabs. We just recently got all his father and his grandfathers. We also met his, I think his grandpa, Red Claw or whatever. He's a pirate. And then, of course, we met his daughter, Pearl. And the only thing we know about Pearl is that she's the ever-changing teenager, where Mr. Krabs is, he's the standard of, he basically, that's the hard thing, is you see the Krabby Patty as a family recipe for the crabs, but you see the backstory of Plankton and Krabs, where they created the formula together, but it's the reason why it broke their relationship. So it's like, which one is it? Is it a family recipe, or is it a combination of crabs and plankton? And god damn it. But with the Krabby Patty, it's just like, it's hard to figure out which one is it. In the original origins, good, nice coming. Um, it's shown that the Krabby Patty that we know and love, the original recipe had a pinch of chum in it. And Mr. Krabs updated the formula without the chum, and that's how he makes the recipe. Where Plankton, he gets a part of the recipe that has the just a pinch, and he basically makes the chum bucket and takes that pinch of chum he knows of and tries to make the recipe over again, trying to use other ingredients and all that. But he doesn't know that chum is not used at all, period. Oof. And then Old Man Jenkins, it's just, he's a family name, one by one. Squidward, it's basically, he's just someone who he thought he had somewhere to be in life, but there's always someone better, especially Swilliam, and others to put him down and in his place. And basically the only thing we know about him else than meeting his father in the Father's Day book and the Mrs. Tentacles out of the one where he's trying to be happier and all that. The Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob have to go kidnap her, and then there's the grandma in the fancy chum recipe. And the only thing else we know about him is he was neighbors with SpongeBob and Patrick for a long time, ever since SpongeBob came into town originally. And then there's, I think the last, okay, no, actually we have Sandy and SpongeBob. Those are the only other two. Sandy is basically just a part of a family that has been squirrels, famous for a lot of things. And she's a scientist who came to Bikini Bottom to spectate the sea life and learn more. And then of course, you know, she's cousins to woodchuckers, and then she's also got a sister who is the mother of triplets. And then of course we also know that she has a father in the Father's Day book, and we also met one of her uncles. And really all we know is she's a scientist. She learned how to do karate. She met SpongeBob in one of her first few days being in the sea floor. And basically he becomes her friend. Her first friend is a sea creature, and also someone who's reliable and willing to share interest with her. SpongeBob is kind of hard to pinpoint with a lot of the stuff that's trying to be put into it. This would include his parents from the Nematode episode where they ate his pineapple. We met his grandma in the Grandma Kisses episode. We met his uncle Captain Blue and his cousin, I think it's, I forgot what it is. I know it's Jack something. In that bully episode, we know he's been trying to get his license for, I think, years now with Mrs. Puff's boating school, which because of his constant put back into the class, that's why Mrs. Puff doesn't like him. That's another thing we know is Mrs. Puff has been, ever since the Valentine's episode with Mr. Krabs, she's his girlfriend. And then, let's see, best friends with Patrick, pet with Gary. We know all of his relationships. We know of his cousin Stanley and his uncle that can put a watermelon up his nose. And we also know, I think, another uncle that has, no, that's Jimmy Neutron. But yeah, he has an uncle that can put a watermelon up his nose. And then the only other thing is we known ever since he was a baby, he's been wanting to be a part of the Krusty Krab crew after he ate he was given the Krabby Patty when his mom was pregnant with him. He tasted it and loved it, and then he finally went to the Krusty Krab in his early life as in a Bikini Bottom, and he was given all these other things to kind of pull it up. A big thing that I would suggest with everyone is the theory. I believe the SpongeBob movie theory, where basically they died, but they have regenerated abilities to, like, SpongeBob could take a hand off and regenerate an entire body part. Same with Patrick. I believe that's what happened. I believe the actual bodies died from the first 3 seasons, and then they kind of like renewed every few seasons, because Patrick looks dumber and SpongeBob just keeps looking like he's been a renewed face. But I believe in that. But that's kind of it for the summary of SpongeBob. See you guys in the next video. Bye.